Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tracy and today's upload is my weekly weigh-in update for Slimming World, which technically this week is a fortnightly update because I didn't upload a video last week with it being Ali's birthday weekend and not having time to scratch my own backside. Because of his birthday weekend, we were so busy last weekend. We barely had time to go and get his birthday surprise, which was a kitten. I had intended to go early afternoon to pick up the kitten, let Ali choose his kitten, but it ended up being like 5 o'clock at night and his friends were coming round for their birthday sleepover at 7 o'clock. I mean, we were tight for time last weekend. But just because I didn't do a video, please don't think that I didn't stick to Slimming World, because I did. For the full week, someone's trying to get in my room. It might be a kitten. For the full week between my last upload and my last weigh-in, because I weigh in on a Saturday and my upload is on a Sunday, between my last weigh-in and the weigh-in last Saturday on the day before Ali's birthday, I was on plan for all 7 days. There's not really anything to report about that week. I was just on plan for the full 7 days. I was within my sins or quite a bit under my sins. Like, there were some days I didn't eat anything that I had to sin. It was just the sugar in my coffee that I had to sin. The only thing about that week that could be classed as reportable or eventful was that it was my star week. I think it came a little bit early this month, but I'm not one of the people that mark the dates out on a calendar or that, but I'm sure it came a little bit earlier this month than previous months. But it wasn't reportable or eventful in the way that anything happened. It didn't affect my hunger this time. I wasn't ravenous like I was a couple of months ago, and I wasn't craving bad food like I was last month when I was on my time of the month. It just was reportable in the sense that I weighed myself on Saturday and I hadn't lost any weight. I've maintained, I stayed the same, and the only thing that I can put it down to was because it was my time of the month, because, you know, water retention and things like that. I have never gained weight on Star Week that I can remember. I don't think I've ever gained weight, but I just know that there's been quite a few times I've been on Star Week and not had a loss. I've had a maintain. I must hold a lot of water when it's my Star Week. That's all I can say about that. It was a little bit disappointing because I'd been on plan for the full 7 days, and the latter part of this year, that has been very, very rare. There's been a few times, but it has been rare for the last few months anyway, that I have been on plan for a full 7 days. And I don't expect big losses. I'm not one of those people. I know how my body works. My losses are always like half a pound, a pound. On the very odd occasion it might be £2. But I just thought that I would get a little, even half a pound last week, but I stayed the same. And it was a little bit disappointing, but again, my brain, it rationalises things, and it must have been Star Week. It must have just been because of Star Week, so I can't worry too much about it. At least I never gained. There's always positives. Ali's birthday weekend, I may have told you guys that I would have been off plan on the Sunday, which was Ali's birthday, because we were going out for a meal to a buffet restaurant. On the Saturday, the day before his birthday, I had planned on for dinner making cheese and ham toasties for our meals. You will see this in the meals of the week, me deciding this. But what actually happened was, like I said, we were so tight for time. We went to pick up the kitten. Ali still hadn't had his tea and I hadn't eaten all day because I'd been rushing about like a crazy person getting things ready. I hadn't eaten all day. All I'd had was coffee and iron brew. And we went down to my brother's, which is where we were getting the kittens from, because their cat had the kittens. And he lives right across the road from a chip shop. And I was starving. Ali was hungry. So we went and got a chippy. I'm not proud of myself. I very, very rarely succumb to these urges. It was just because I was hungry. We were tight for time. I should have been more prepared. I should have got up at like 5 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. and I would have had more time to do all the things that I needed to do on Saturday. But whenever I fell off the Slimming World wagon a day early and I had a kebab and chips. No, I never had kebab. I just had the kebab meat and chips. And I never ate it all. It was a small portion that I got, and I never managed to eat it all because obviously my tummy has shrunk and my appetite has shrunk. So I guess that's a positive. I wasn't able to eat the full meal. It was still an unplanned, off-plan meal. I always feel worse when it's unplanned as well. Like I've not got any willpower. I obviously have some willpower because I've managed nearly 11 months on this Slimming World journey. But I just hate when it's an unplanned, off-plan meal. I'm okay when it's planned in advance and I know when I'm going to be off-plan and have a cheat meal and things like that. It's just, I just feel crappy about myself when it's unplanned. I can try and say, oh, it was Ali's birthday, I was celebrating, but it was nothing to do with Ali's birthday. It was because we just didn't have the time and I was starving and the chip shop was right there and I just like, yeah, let's go and get one. And then on the Sunday of Ali's birthday, we went out for a meal. I had planned for the Sunday to be off plan, so I wasn't going to feel bad about it. I wasn't feeling bad about it at all. I was going to have some bacon rolls for breakfast. I think I'd decided that maybe on the Friday or Saturday. I was maybe going to have a bacon and tatty scone roll for breakfast while Ali was having his maple syrup and pancakes and bacon, and whatever his friends were having, they could have had pancakes or they could have had bacon rolls, whatever they wanted. But actually when I woke up, I wasn't feeling hungry at all. I wasn't in the mood for bacon and tatty scones, and it was only a few hours before we were going to the buffet restaurant and I wanted to have an appetite for that. If I'd ate the bacon rolls, I wouldn't have had an appetite. So in the end, I didn't have my cheap breakfast. I think as well, because the night before I'd had quite a greasy dinner, I think that just, I don't know, I just think it filled me up and I didn't need to eat until I got to the buffet restaurant, and I had 3 plates at the buffet restaurant. In the meals of the week you'll only see 2 plates because I never filmed the first plate that I had. I had like a starter plate for the first plate. I had like 4 bits of vegetarian sushi and 3 chicken dumplings, which they make fresh there and are so good, done in the garlic sauce. So that was my starter plate. I loved that. And then I had another plate with like a little bit of lasagna, which actually I didn't eat because it was vile, and garlic bread and olives and I can't even remember, but you'll see it in the meals of the week. If you watch my meals of the week, that'll be uploaded tomorrow. And then I had a little pudding dish. Now, you know, I'm not big on sweet stuff, but they have macaroons there and pistachio macaroons, which I love. They're really nice and they're only tiny little ones. So I had 2 of them and a little bit of Eton mess. I didn't go overboard. I was full very, very quickly. Ali and his friends, they were there. They had a couple of plates and then went for their pudding, and then they came back and had another couple of savoury plates and then went back for more pudding and ice cream and things like that. But I was done after a couple of plates and I didn't eat everything that I got on my plates as well. So I was feeling crappy about Saturday because I'd had an unplanned cheat meal, but then because on the Sunday I didn't eat as much as I probably would have ate pre-Slimming World days at the buffet restaurant, and also because I'd skipped the cheap breakfast that I planned on having, actually kinda sort of balanced out, like because I didn't have the breakfast, that was okay that I had the cheap dinner the night before. So Monday to Friday this week I was on plan for the rest of the time. I was also on holiday this week from work, which I haven't said yet. We have to use our holidays up by the 31st of December, and I haven't taken any holidays since the start of July. So I've got some holidays accumulated that I need to use. So I decided just to take a week off this week. And I had planned on sort of getting organised for Christmas. And I kind of have actually. I have spent that time getting a little bit more organised for Christmas. But the things that I'd planned to do, I haven't actually really got to do. Basically, Mark usually is at college on a Thursday, but this past Thursday he was off. And I had planned just to go to Aldi on Thursday and then come back home. And Ali and I were going to go Christmas shopping on the Friday. But what actually happened was Mark turned up. He wanted to go to Aldi and he also wanted to go to Dalkeith to do something. And while he was in Dalkeith, I thought, I'll go to B&M. And then we had a little bit of time before Ali got home for school. So I was like, oh, can we go to Home Bargains? So we ended up doing quite a lot of Christmas shopping on Thursday. But because he turned up before I'd even had the chance to eat or anything, and I wasn't feeling hungry or anything, but then we went out and we're doing all this Christmas shopping and I started to feel really hungry. So I was like, I need to get something. So what can I get? And I always think boiled eggs when I'm out. So many places do boiled eggs, like in the sandwich cabinets and that. I think I probably spoke about this already before a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to get boiled eggs, and I couldn't find them. They didn't have them in any of the shops in Dalkeith, which are like Morrison's and Lidl's. And then we went to Aldi and they didn't have them either. So in Aldi I ended up just getting like a pack of cooked chicken breast because I was starving, and I knew if I didn't get grab something like cooked chicken breast or that, I was going to end up falling off plan and just grabbing like a sandwich, which is what happened a couple of weeks ago when I was at Asda. So I got a packet of the cooked chicken breast and I munched that, and that kept me happy until my tea time and that as well. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to have to keep something, and if this happens, I'll just take it out of the fridge or the freezer or something, and then that can be my... And I've probably said this already before, that I have to be more prepared when I'm going to go out Christmas shopping. And well, actually, I do have stuff in the freezer that I can take out, but I didn't know I was going to go out and do lots of shopping. I just planned to go to Aldi, and I had been planning on having some scrambled eggs on toast for my lunch that day because Mark came early and we had to leave before I was even hungry or that. It just... I mean, can I be more prepared for these like spontaneous shopping trips? I don't know if I can. And then on the Friday, I knew I was going shopping, and I had taken something out the freezer, these little beef and couscous patties. I'd taken them out the freezer and put them in the fridge, so I was being prepared, and then I forgot to lift them and take them with me. We were in Edinburgh, and I went into a Sainsbury's and a Co-op, and the Co-op is the one that used to be around the corner, well, it still is around the corner from where I used to work, and that always had the cooked eggs with spinach pots, and I thought that'll be perfect, and they never had any. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Just like when I really need it. I used to buy the pots all the time when I worked there and I wasn't doing Slimmer World, and now that I am doing Slimmer World, I can't freaking find them for love nor money. Sainsbury's didn't have them either. Ali went to Greggs and got a pasty, and I was so tempted to just say screw it and get a pasty as well. Like really tempted. I was hungry. But what I did do was I went to Costa instead, and I got a skinny gingerbread latte with the sugar-free syrup. It was a small one, so it was like 5 cents or something like that. But coffee does fill you up, and I thought that'll keep me going until I can get home and get my dinner. And it did. It did fill me up and kept me going until I got home and got my dinner, which was like another 3 or 4 hours later. But I can't believe that I was trying to be prepared, especially considering the day before, what happened the day before, and I was like trying to be smug on the Friday and like, I am going to be prepared. Took it out of the freezer, left it in the fridge. What a bell end. I did enjoy my gingerbread latte though. I love gingerbread lattes. They're like one of my favourite things about Christmas. Another thing about this past week, I have ate so much pickles. So many pickles, so much pickles. I've ate a lot of pickles, like of all varieties. You'll see in the weekly shopping haul that's uploaded tomorrow that we got a big jar of sauerkraut, we got pickled gherkins, we got pickled red cabbage, and what else did we get? Beetroot. And we have, apart from the beetroot, I think everything else is finished within a week. It's ridiculous. Like, we have ate so much, and especially the sauerkraut. The sauerkraut was a massive jar, and we have tanned it. Like, it's gone. There's no more sauerkraut. And I've just done all my monthly shopping. I didn't add it because we still had a little bit left when I done the order, and now we're left with none. But my point about the pickles is, you'll have seen me going in and out of waves of I can't be bothered with speed veg, to having my speed veg, to just having beans with everything. And this week it was all about the pickles, because some pickles are speed veg because you get the pickled red cabbage, and sauerkraut's white cabbage, beetroot, and pickled gherkins are all speed veg. They're all forms of speed veg. So your speed veg doesn't just have to be carrots or a boring salad or anything like that. It can be pickles as well if you like pickles. I mean, I have had a lot of speed veg this week, like 4 jars of pickles. And I'm telling you something else. I think it may be the reason why I had a weight loss this week. I'm not even kidding you, by the way. Look at this. This week, oh, by the way, I never recorded last week's one because I forgot to write it down, but it was just a maintain last week, so I'm not worrying about it too much. But this week, I lost £2 And that brings my total weight loss to 3 stone, 2.5 pound. £2. It's the pickles, I'm telling you, it's the freaking pickles. I didn't have 2 full off-plan days, but the only things I ate on both the days were off-plan, so technically they were off-plan days. But the rest of the week, I've basically been eating shitloads of pickles and I've lost £2. There is also the fact that this may be my weight loss from last week catching up. Maybe I did get a weight loss, it just wasn't shown on the scales because of the water retention, because it was my star week. It may be that weight loss that's shown on the scales this week rather than this last week's weight loss, if that makes sense. Because really it should have been the other way about, really, shouldn't it? It should have been a loss last week and it should have been a maintain or a gain this week. And also that weight loss means that I'm 1.5 pound away from entering my next stone bracket, which incidentally is my finishing stone bracket, if that makes sense. Is that what I meant to say? Does that make sense? So the next stone bracket, my target weight is in there. I don't know if my target weight is my target weight though. I don't know if any of you guys have had this similar situation when you're setting your target weight and you're like, well that sounds just about right. I'll say that, but I don't know what my target weight is, because my target weight is not an actual figure on the scale. It's actually how I feel in myself and how when I feel comfortable and I feel that I look okay. And you have to be careful with that, because your worst critic is yourself, and everybody's going to be like, oh, but I've still got this flabby bit here and I've still got this flabby bit there. I'm trying to be realistic and think, well, I'm a mum and I've also been overweight. I'm never going to have a flat stomach. It's always going to be a little bit of a pudgy stomach. So I do have to be realistic in that sense and not be looking at myself in the mirror thinking, no, you're not perfect yet, you're not at your target. I need to be looking in the mirror thinking, I'm pretty happy with this. I guess I'm pretty close to target. I've still got a little bit of a way to go, but the target that I had set at Slimming World, at my very first Slimming World class, and the target, I don't know, maybe they do match up. Maybe they will match up. I don't think I want to go any lower than my target weight that I set at Slimming World class. I don't think I want to lose too much more weight. Ideally, what I would like to happen for the next couple of months is the weight just comes off from my boobs rather than the rest of my body, because that is the bit that really still annoys me. My top half is still a couple of sizes bigger than my bottom half, and I feel that makes me look a lot bigger than I am. Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? I just hate having big boobs. I hate it. I just want regular size boobs. I know I'm probably never going to have it, but I just want the weight to start coming off of these. I mean, I've lost some weight from the top half, it just needs to be more. I say that I'm realistic, and my realistic crappy brain, I want to be the same size for both my top and my bottom. That's not realistic, because that's never going to happen. I'm always going to be top heavy. It just really annoys me. I think I would rather be bigger on the bottom than I am on the top, but maybe that's just a thing because I am top heavy. I want what the opposite is. Maybe people that are bottom heavy would rather be top heavy. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, I better conclude this never-ending spew of verbal diarrhea that is coming forth from my mouth today. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.